Okay, well, thank you very much. Today is Wednesday, and of course, it's now February 18 na po, and second day of Chinese New Year. Kumusta mga kapatid, kababayan, and kaibigan natin dyan po sa Pilipinas, especially mga Chinese or Filipino-Chinese po. Kumusta kayo po? Enjoying ba kayo ang celebration ng Chinese New Year 2026? And this year is the year of the fire horse. Dito sa Malaysia, this is the second day of Chinese New Year, and of course, bibong-bibo, very lively ang mga buhay ng mga kapatid, kaibigan, and kababayan natin po dito sa Malaysia, saka mga friends natin, mga Chinese friends natin, and they are now still celebrating ang Chinese New Year, second day of Chinese New Year. And this celebration will go until March 3rd. Which is the last day of Chinese New Year, and we call it Chap Gome. Chap Gome po. Ganito po ang Chinese New Year. How the Chinese communities, not only in Malaysia but also in China, Hong Kong, Macau, and basta kung nasaan may Chinese community, this is how they celebrate ang Chinese New Year. And of course, ang dami, nakita ko po sa social media, I saw a lot of Chinese New Year greeting, posting po coming from different government, Philippine government agencies, ang mga bosses nila po, directors, managers, so forth and so on. And we are very happy that we Filipinos, we are also concerned about the celebration of Chinese New Year. And now, as what I said, we are nandito tayo po sa second day of Chinese New Year. And Chinese New Year is being celebrated for 15 days po. Last day of Chinese New Year is Chap Gome, and that will fall on March 3rd. March 3rd po. And not everybody can enjoy ang Chinese New Year natin ngayon po dahil ang mga Kristiyano, Roman Catholic faithfuls or mga believers po, they already started today ang 40 days fasting, and that is Lenten season. Today is the start of Lenten season, and we are going to fast for 40 days. And not only ang mga Kristiyano, mga Roman Catholic believers, but also ang mga kapatid natin, mga Muslim brothers and sisters, tomorrow, and in some places po, they already started today. But in Malaysia, we are going to start our Ramadan, puasa po, starting tomorrow po. Starting tomorrow in Malaysia, it was officially announced by the Mufti, the Ramadan puasa will start tomorrow. Tomorrow po, and that will be Thursday, February 19. So, ibig sabihin, for Christian and Muslim, we are doing our fasting period po. For the Christians, we are going to fast for 40 days, while ang brothers and sisters natin sa Islam, they will be fasting for 30 days po. 30 days. So let's make this fasting period for Christian and Muslim a solemn one. A solemn one po, magtulong-tulong tayo po, because this is the time for us to focus ourselves to our Creator and do some sacrifices po. Kung sa Islam pa yan po, do something for Allah, while sa mga Kristiyano po, we do something for our God, si Jesus Christ. Because remember, history says that during Lenten season, it will remind us, ang mga believers of the Roman Catholic and mga Kristiyano po, it will remind them of the 40 days na sa bundok po ang Jesus Cristo. Jesus Christ went up on the mountain and he was tempted by the devil. But he never gave in. So that is Lenten season, and we are going to end our Lenten season after 40 days po, and we will mark the Easter Sunday. Easter Sunday. Sa Islam, after 30 days puasa, then they are going to celebrate ang Hari Raya Idul Fitri po. Idul Fitri, and that will be siguro by March March 20, March 20 o March 21, depende yan po, sighting of the moon. Yan po, no? So, at least, mga Kristiyano and Muslim, we managed to celebrate ang mga, together with our Chinese brothers and sisters, during the ushering of the Chinese New Year yesterday, February 17. February 17. So, one of the officials who greeted Chinese New Year po, greetings sa mga Chinese Filipinos po is no other than ang Vice President natin, si Inday Sara Duterte. Mamaya po, may breaking news tayo. No? I will be sharing with you a video clip of Vice President Inday Sara Duterte. When in fact, this is a breaking news po this morning. She already announced officially that she will be running. She will be running in the 2028 presidential election po as dyan po sa number 1 post or for the president post po. Nag-announce ito po, and later on I'm going to share with you the official video clip or announcement made by Inday Sara Duterte. But in the meantime, let's watch and listen po ang Chinese New Year or CNY greetings of Inday Sara Duterte to all the Filipino-Chinese dyan po sa Pilipinas and to the Chinese community worldwide po. Let's watch and listen to her Chinese New Year greetings or CNY 2026 greetings. Nandito po. Let's watch and listen to this.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Padayaw ngayon adlaw kaninyong tanan. Magandang araw sa inyo lahat. Happy Lunar New Year to our Filipino-Chinese communities around the world. Sinyan Kuai Lin. As we welcome the year of the Fire Horse, let us embrace this beginning with courage. This is a year of high energy and bold action, offering big rewards for those with the courage to take them. Now is the time to ignite the spirit of bayanihan and charge forward into a new year of possibilities. Together, let us strive for growth. May this year bring abundance, good health, and peace to every home. Magkaisa tayong itaguyod ang isang mas maunlad at masaganang Pilipinas para sa lahat. Gong Xi Fa Cai. Mahalin natin ang Pilipinas para sa Diyos sa bayan at sa bawat pamilyang Pilipino. Syukran.
Alright, dahil yan po. Gong Xi Fa Cai. Gong Xi Fa Cai po. Happy New Year to each and everyone, ang mga celebrants who are celebrating itong Chinese New Year, Year of the Fire Horse. Bakit Year of the Fire Horse po? Ibig sabihin po, Fire Horse, ibig sabihin there will be big changes. Big changes po. No? So, ano itong mga big changes? We don't know po. We don't know. So, let us be prepared for changes. Changes, challenges. No? Changes and challenges. So, let us be prepared and be careful, and let's hope any challenges and changes that will lead to a better life para sa ating lahat po, for all humanity, for all the Chinese community, for everybody po, be it in the Philippines, dito sa Malaysia, particularly dyan po sa Sabah, which based tayo sa Sabah, pero ngayon nandito tayo sa Kuala Lumpur. Now, sa China, sa Hong Kong, sa Macau, or Taiwan, o sa iba-ibang parte ng mundo, wherein ang Chinese community are celebrating jointly by other non-Chinese brothers and sisters. Yun po. Gong Xi Fa Cai once again. Shoutout muna tayo kay Joseph Sosobrado, also a local media practitioner dyan po sa Zamboanga City, very active one. So I would like to say to Joseph Sosobrado, Gong Xi Fa Cai. Ampaw Asan ang ampaw natin dyan? Alright. So, all the best and good luck to Joseph and to your station. Of course, ang station ninyo po dyan ay normally also monitor ang situation ninyo, ang mga news ninyo dyan po sa programa ni Joseph Sosobrado. And of course, Gong Xi Fa Cai to all ang mga colleagues ko po, no? Sa media diyan po sa Zamboanga City, And of course, all the Samongueños po and all the Filipinos coming from me, my family, and the Filipino communities dito po sa Malaysia, particularly mga Filipino communities dyan po sa Sabah and very specific sa Kota Kinabalu. Alright, now main topic natin ngayon po. As announced early this morning, during a press briefing by no less than Vice President Inday Sara Duterte, dumating na po ang araw, dumating na ang panahon na wala na ito, no return, no surrender, no? Nag-announce na po si Inday Sara Duterte, officially announced this morning that she will be standing during the 2028 presidential election. Ibig sabihin po, she is eyeing to the number one post to be the next president of the Philippines to replace President Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos or BBM. And during her press statement, she was apologizing for what happened sa Pilipinas po. He helped win BBM as the president of the Philippines last presidential election 2022. And mayroon tayo dito po ang statement, video clip ni Inday Sara Duterte, of which I'm going to share with you now. Listen carefully po ang pronouncement, a statement of Vice President Inday Sara Duterte regarding her decision to run in the 2028 presidential election as dyan po sa post ng president po. Let's watch and listen to this.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Madayaw, maayong adlaw, kaninyong tanan. Magandang araw sa inyong lahat. Proverbs 19, verse 21 states, "Many are the plans in a person's heart, but it is the Lord's purpose that prevails." It took me 47 years to understand that my life was never meant to be only mine. Unlike others, I may not have been born just to chase happiness. For a long time, I questioned the weight of responsibility to my family, to my country, to everyone who called on me. Today, I have peacefully accepted that my life is unlike any other. Sa unang mga buwan ng aming mga termino, nakita ko na ang kawalan ng katapatan ni Bongbong Marcos Jr. sa mga pangakong binitawan noong kampanya. Pati na sa kanyang sinumpaang tungkulin para sa bayan. Dahil hindi ko kinaya na maging bahagi ng 2025 national budget na tagtad ng katiwalian. Pinili kong umalis sa kabinete kahit alam ko na mula pa noong 2023 na ang magiging kapalit ay ang aking impeachment. Mga kababayan, humihingi ako ng paumanhin. Katawan, kung tinulungan ko mahalal si BBM bilang bilang Pangulo ng ating bansa. Patawad. Kung hanggang ngayon ay marami pa rin Pilipino ang nalulunod sa baha nang dahil sa malawakang korupsyon. Patawad. Kung lantaran ang pang-aabuso ng ating mga institusyon para sa pansariling interes ng mga politiko. Patawad. Kung patuloy ang pagtaas ng presyo ng mga pangunahing bilihin habang nananatiling kapos ang kita ng bawat pamilya. Patawad. Kung wala man lang tayong tunay na seguridad sa pagkain. Patawad. Kung may nagkakasakit at binabawian bigla ng buhay dahil sa kakulangan ng maayos at epektibong healthcare system. Hindi ako kailanman natakot sa pagsira nila sa pangalan ko. Ngunit, may takot ako para sa ating mga anak. May takot ako para sa susunod na henerasyon. May takot ako para sa mga kababayan nating walang bahay sa ibang bansa. Walang pangalawang pasaporte. Walang ibang matatakuhan kundi ang Pilipinas. Kahit ito'y patuloy na nalulugmok sa kahirapan. Na ako'y kahadlong na maabot ang adlaw na gawaton na lang nato ang kapobrehon, isip, kapalaran. Na maanag na ta sa sayo. Nga muwad-an na lang ta og paglaom. Ug labaw sa tanan na ako'y kahadlong nga moabot ang adlaw nga wala na tay Pilipinas nga ikahatag sa atong mga anak. I cannot kneel before each and every Filipino to beg for forgiveness. Instead, I offer my life, my strength, and my future in the service of our nation. Mga kababayan, ibalik natin ang tapang at malasakit para sa Diyos, sa bayan, at para sa bawat pamilyang Pilipino. Ako si Sara Duterte. Tatakbo bilang Pangulo ng Pilipinas.
Alright, yan pa, narinig natin. Ang ngayon is already confirmed. Official coming out from the horse's mouth, coming from no less than the Vice President herself, who said, ako si Sara Duterte, tatakbo ako bilang Pangulo ng Pilipinas sa 2028. So some people were saying, even dito sa Kuala Lumpur, no? And some messages I received from our kababayan dyan po sa Sabah, sa Kota Kinabalu, they say they feel that it's too early, no? But others were saying, mabuti na yan po, maaga na mag-announce para alam na nila po na si Inday Sara Duterte, si Inday Sara Duterte is a candidate. No? Others were fearing baka she might be experiencing the same fate that happened to former Vice President Binay. No? Si Binay po, wherein he announced his candidacy early and nandyan na po. Ang opposition, they started tarnishing his image and lahat ng mga issue sa kanya po para ang candidacy niya po will be badly affected. And this is what is happening also kay Inday Sara Duterte. But anyway, as mga Filipinos dito sa Malaysia, we are saying na mabuti na yun po, maaga na. And after all, the Filipinos knows po. And we are not happy with what is happening now po dyan sa gobyerno ng Pilipinas under the leadership of President Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos. And mabuti na yun po. As early as now, we know that Inday Sara Duterte has confirmed that come 2028, she will be a candidate to be the next president of the Philippines. And pwede na po, we can, sabi mga Filipino dito sa Malaysia, sa Sabah po, for your information, Malaysia is a Duterte country. Duterte country yun po, whether you like it or not po. Malaysia is a Duterte country po. So, majority of the Filipinos here po are backing up si Inday Sara Duterte po. And we are not happy that what is happening dyan po sa Pilipinas, especially ang political problems natin, political crisis, economic crisis natin po. No? Crisis na yan. And of course, ang security natin po sa Pilipinas. Tarnish ng image ng Pilipino. Sana lang po we will be able to go back. Solve itong mga problema natin. Graft and corruption po. Especially ang graft and corruption. Which is mga congressmen, mga politicians natin po are involved in this graft and corruption unhealthy activities po. Kagaya itong flood control projects until now po, we don't know. Although we know who are the mastermind po, but nothing is happening. Yung mga small fish lang po, they are putting sa behind bars. So, that is the reason why ang mga Filipinos po, come February 25, and that will be the anniversary of People's Power in EDSA po, there will be another march, another big rally po. Expected, according to organizers po, they expected something like 30,000 people and above who will be participating the February 25 trillion peso march po. Ngam-ngam yun po. It will coincide with the anniversary of People's Power EDSA. Alright. So, when we talk about the impeachment or the announcement of Inday Sara Duterte, na mga local media immediately attended ang mga press conference, ang mga mga politicians natin po. Now, I have a video clip here po, a press conference of Senator Risa Hontiveros po, and remember, she is one senator is eyeing also po to be the president of, or to participate in the presidential election come 2028 po. But based on the survey, political survey po, election poll survey, she only managed to get 2 point something percent po against 97% si Inday Sara Duterte. Medyo malayo. But anyway, ang grupo, ang political parties ni Risa Hontiveros, they're still having meetings after meetings po to select kung sino talaga will be the official candidate for president sa 2028 election. And all right, let's allow me to share with you this video clip during the press conference of Senator Risa Hontiveros po. Unang-una po, let's watch and listen to this.
Umaga, just one question po. Nabanggit nga kasi kanina ni VP Sara na patawad kung natulungan niyang manalo si BBBM. Does the president also feel the same way? Does the president also feel the same way? Na hihingi niya ng tawad dahil naging kapartner niya, katandem niya si VP Sara during the campaign? Malamang hindi naman po alam ng Pangulo na ang kanya magiging presidente ay puro bakasyon. At mga vice-presidente na puro bakasyon. Vice-presidente na hindi siya tutulungan. Vice-presidente na ang magiging trabaho ay manira sa gobyerno. Hindi naman niya pagsisisihan kung ano nangyari. Ang gagawin lamang po ng Pangulo ay magtrabaho. Kung hindi siya tutulungan ng kanyang vice-presidente, wala naman po magagawa ang ating Pangulo, kundi magtrabaho na lamang para sa ating bayan.
But ano po ang tingin ng Palace now na nagdeklara na ng kandidatura si VP Sara? Do you feel that she is a strong candidate? Mahirap tibagan? How does the administration feel about it?
Wala po nararamdaman ng palasyo patungkol dyan. Depende na po sa tao kung paano nilang susuriin ang mga kandidato. Isipin po nila ang kandidato at magiging leader ay dapat na makabayan. Dapat interes ng bayan ang sinusulong. At maging cautious tayo, maging mapanuri, kung isang Manchurian candidate ba ang maiboboto niyo. Sunod na tanong mula kay Sabrano Bomborajo.
Yusek, reaction lang din ng Malacanang. Ang pag-anunsyo po ngayong early ni VP Sara ng kanyang presidential bid para sa 2028 ay isa po daw strategic political move na layong i-shape yung public perception. Probably po humihingi siya ng suporta at maibaba yung impact sa impeachment complaints laban sa kanya. Reaction po.
Kaya nga po sinabi natin isa siya na maituturing na politician. Politician na ang iniisip ay ang susunod na eleksyon. Ang iniisip ay yung pansarili na interes, hindi ang taong bayan. So yun lang po ang nakikita natin kung bakit kaya kailangan niyang magdeklara na siya ay tatakbo na sa pagkapangulo sa susunod na eleksyon.
Alright, yun po. That's what narinig natin ang reaction na made by Malacanang through Undersecretary Claire Castro po. And alam natin po, si Claire Castro, nandyan talaga yan po. Of course, expected na she will be supporting. From day one, she became the spokesperson ng Malacanang. Nandyan siya po kay BBM. But before becoming the spokesperson of Malacanang po, my blog channel, yun po si Attorney Claire Castro. And he was really hitting left and right kay BBM, ang boss niya ngayon po. But anyway, that's part politician po, no? A politician po. And what can you expect si Claire Castro to say? Anyway, yesterday also, narinig natin, no? We heard that, just recently, the wife of Senator Pangilinan, si Sharon Cuneta po, also was saying that namali daw si BBM to choose Sara Duterte as the running mate ni Bongbong Marcos. Medyo mali yata yun po, no? Sigaw ng mga Filipinos po, mali yun po dahil it was Bongbong Marcos who came to Inday Sara Duterte and begged, I use the word beg, beg Inday Sara Duterte not to run as president but go for the second post and si Bongbong Marcos will be the president. So with the help of Inday Sara Duterte po, nanalo si Bongbong Marcos as president po. But I don't think so po this will happen again po. Kung sino man ang kandidato ni Bongbong Marcos come 2028. Let's watch and listen po. Itong video clip na mayroon tayo dito. No? Mayroon tayo dito po ang other questions and answers of Senator Hontiveros po by the media. Let's watch and listen to this.
Yung announcement ni VP Sara today to run, naging malinaw na. How will this affect the timeline of the United Opposition in terms of also declaring your own standard bearer?
Nandun kami sa proseso ng pagtatakda ng aming sariling timeline.
So yung free will na binanggit ko kanina ay ginagamit na rin po namin sa sarili namin. So it remains that you will announce by end of the year or first quarter of 2027. Tama po ba? Yun yung task that we have set ourselves. Ma'am, how will that affect yung requirements ninyo sa paghahanap ng standard bearer knowing that malinaw na kung sino yung makakalaban po ninyo and that is VP Sara? Well, dahil ilang taon na rin kaming magkakasama at regular na nag-uusap, bago pa man itong recent important development, patuloy yung pag-level off namin, pagkakasundo kung ano yung aming mga requirements or qualifications na hahanapin sa aming hanay. Hindi po nagbabago yun. And qualifications are... well, actually, not qualifications per se, but yung nabanggit ko dating common values na nahanap namin sa aming hanay, no? Yung pagnanais para sa anti-corruption and good governance, yung pag-grow at pag-share ng bunga ng ating mas malakas na ekonomiya, isang tunay na pagkakaisa sa ating divided at polarized na lipunan, of course, pambansang soberanya, at iba pa.
Ma'am, still on VP, Sara. Of course, we know that there are pending impeachment complaints in the House of Representatives, and if ever it goes up here for trial, you will be the judges, and of course, not just you personally, but all 24 or 23, kung makapasok, kung hindi makapasok ang ilan, will be serving as judges. So, and iba sa inyo might be her potential rivals in 2028. So, how will you address yung possibility or yung at least the optics na you are judging a potential opponent and your decision could be interpreted as not being based on the merits of the case, but on the possibility of taking out a potential competitor in 2028?
More than optics, malinaw sa amin dito sa Senado na kung may umabot sa aming impeachment complaints, kami magiging senator judges at magdidesisyon kami at boboto doon sa issue batay sa mga ebidensyang doon pa lang na ipepresenta sa amin.
Alright, yan po ang reaction statement of Risa Ontiveros po, and in the event that there will be dumating na itong impeachment complaint sa Senado po, sabi niya, alam mo na mga politicians when they talk po, mahirap na. Sabi niya po, they will act as a senator judge and based on the, sabihin natin, ebidensya. Let's see po what will happen kung sakali may impeachment trial, whether they will convict si Inday Sara Duterte or not. But political analysts were saying po na even it will reach sa Senado, no? But there will not be conviction kay Inday Sara Duterte po because mahirapan po makuha ang boto. Ang boto po to convict si Inday Sara Duterte. Trial might push through, but the question whether she will be convicted or not is a different story. Now, talking about potential candidates, si Risa, Senator Risa wants to is eyeing to be a candidate sa 2028 election, presidential election. We have former Vice President Leni Robredo. We have Senator Bam Aquino, Raffy Tulfo, no? Si John Vic Remulla, yun po, no? But if you look at it, if we are going to have the election tomorrow, I think more than 1,000% po, Inday Sara Duterte will come out victorious. Po. I will share you sabi natin, past video clips po ni BBM just to remind, no? Just to remind po na kung minsan po, it is very difficult already to, bakit po ang mga Filipino, they don't trust the government anymore because of some empty promises made by our administration leaders of our administration, kagaya ni President Bongbong Marcos. Let's watch and listen to this po. Brief lang ito, no? Brief lang ito. I just want to share with you po. Saan na yun? 122. Ito po. This is not a recent one. This was previously po. When it comes to the case ni Tatay Digong, who is now sa custody of the International Criminal Court.
Continue. Basta tapos na lahat ng ating pag-uusap sa ICC at kagaya ng sinasabi namin mula sa simula, we will not cooperate with them in any way, shape, or form. We continue to defend the sovereignty of the Philippines and continue to question the jurisdiction of the ICC and their investigations here in the Philippines. Hindi na tayo makikipag-usap sa kanila. Hindi natin sila kailangan sa ating bansa. Hindi natin sila gustong pumunta rito. At gusto na wag silang pumunta rito. Sapagkat ang gagawin nila ay usurpation of authority ng Philippine government. Magkakaproblema tayo nila. Pag ginawa nila yan, they will be violating our law. Ang ICC kailangan niya ng mga bansa katulad ng Sudan, Somalia, Haiti, siguro sa ibang lugar sa Afghanistan, sa mga lugar na medyo magulo at walang gobyerno. Kung sino pumasok, ay organisado ang ating gobyerno na may sistema ng posisyon. Huwag na lang tayo pakialaman. Kung kayo pumunta sa lugar, maaaring mag-ICC kaya lang. Kasi ito, hindi sila pwede pakialaman. Sa ibang bansa, kung tingin natin ay may magkaalaman. Mag-usap muna kami kung sila.
Yun po, narinig natin na ang mga statement na made by no less than our President, si Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr. And of course, si Remulla, Boying Remulla, who is now the ombudsman dyan po sa Pilipinas po. They were saying something, but at the end of the day po, iba ang action nila po. Iba ang action nila. And this is the reason why ang mga Filipino po, they don't trust, wala ng confidence sa gobyerno. But anyway, let's still, ako po dito sa Nick Nock Real Talk with Nico, I will continue to monitor whatever activities or updates, developments in the Philippines, and I'll make sure po that kayo, mga followers ko dito sa Nick Nock Real Talk with Nico, nandito tayo po sa YouTube, sa Facebook, and of course sa TikTok. All I need from you po, all I need from you, I would like to ask, from the bottom of my heart, please like, share, and follow Nick Talk, the Real Talk with Nico. So far, this is the latest. Mayroon tayo dito sa programa natin on a Wednesday, February 18 na po, second day of Chinese New Year. And let me remind na today is the first day of Lent. Lent para sa mga Kristiyano, Roman Catholic believers. And tomorrow po, ang brothers and sisters natin in embracing the Islam faith, they are going to start their fasting month also po, Ramadan Puasa. So let's all cooperate and make this month for the Chinese a very joyful, prosperous celebration, Chinese New Year, and for the Christians, Lenten season, and Ramadan po sa mga brothers natin sa Islam, let us make this fasting month a solemn one for those who are observing the fasting period. So with this, si Nico Fabian would once again like to say, thank you very much for making me a part of your day today. Malaysia, Sabah, the Philippines, God bless us all. I'll see you in my next episode. You take good care of yourself. Bye, and I love you all.